Guys, we're back. It's Monday morning and we're here at the Tulsa Expo Center ready for load-in. Alright, so we've got Kevin here. First year that we come in up here early. I think it worked out very well. Got some good night rest. We're not driving at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's 8:30. Hopefully they open the doors here pretty soon. Usually they open at 9, but we're just coming up with the game plan of what we're trying to do. Basically, we're trying to secure our location and our power. So last year, when we opened the door, we took off to the right, trying to stay on the concrete. But we got carpet with us, so we're not worried about the concrete or the dirt this year. So if you're on the concrete, it's colder. So this year, when we open the door, we're going to the left. Just trying to find a different spot. Seems like every year we're trying to find a spot, try to get the right location. This year we're just trying to stay away from the door. So it's almost time to load in. Once we get in there, we'll jump back on. All right, guys, we're in. We're set up. It is a different view from what it was last week for sure. We were all set up, got our table set up. We're already registered. We went and stopped by Mark's and got another new motor, an R770 for the sprint car. Soldered that in. Kevin soldered his spec motor in, got it tuned up. Shout out to Mark for all the help. And then late models, tires are on, just prepping these tires. I'll be honest, I don't have much experience with the sprinters, but I know that whenever they get soft, they kind of start ballooning really bad. So we're gonna try something different with it. So I didn't really glue up that many. That's one of the reasons why. So we're gonna go ahead and glue up another set just to see how that goes. But yeah, it's been a while since we pitted out of a tent. It's nothing bad. It's just gotta consolidate everything to one or two bags. But let's check it out. All right, so like I said, we just finished soldering up a new R70. We got the R780, R770. So we got to recalibrate the ESC every time we install a new motor. And then Kevin's got his already soldered in as well. It's a spec motor, hobby wing. But charging batteries, prepping tires, getting ready for practice. We want to hit the door running. It is kind of tough because it's me and him, so he'll be in line for something and I'll be in line for something. And usually we help each other out, but we're gonna have to be kind of self-efficient. Sarge should be coming up either Thursday or Friday, so he can help us out with that. But for now, we just have to deal with it on our own. We'll be fine. So yeah, packed house. All right, so this is just one of my late model videos Kevin was able to record. Like I said, we're opposite ends, and he was fortunate to be able to come in and remember the video. But other than getting jumped by several cars, the problem I'm having here is the car would not initially turn. When it looks like the car falls down on its front end, it's almost like it hits a bump stop and it just goes pushing forward. It didn't have any initial forward grip. I'm kind of struggling with the radio a little bit too. But after a couple of laps, it starts getting some grips, and you can notice to see that it just does not want to make that turn.
Open division up next, invitational.
They are. I did it.
Watch him on the two, guys, on the two.
Hey, just take it easy, dude. Just take it easy. Got a good feel for it.
Alright, so I did not get to do any video for the sprint car because me and Kevin are like different classes, so we want to make sure we go up there. And so the sprint car, I kind of took it out there. It seems to be too hooked up, middle off. I think what I need to do is change to stiffer springs, late model on the other side. You saw a video of it. It was couldn't get it to the turn. It seems like the front end was just like laying down. So we're gonna do some shock adjustments and then a couple other things. Let me turn around and show you. All right, so we took out these kick out 25s, and then we're going to
1 minute left.
35s. So it helped kind of give it more steering and then also help drive off. Also, they were all the way in. I mean, all the way out. So we brought them in. So now we're gonna adjust all of our camber links, and then we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit stiffer fluid in the front, trying to keep it off the ground. And we also got some other tires that were blown up. Did a little bit of fine tuning with the foams, so we're gonna try those. These weren't too bad. It just took a minute to get some heat into them. These were okay. I'm running all blues. I think the greens lay over too much, so we're in all blues. The front is a green. I think we'll be fine with that, but if anything later on, we'll probably go to all blues. All right, so we didn't get to video this next time in practice, but car was definitely a whole lot better. The kick-ups help transfer the weight, also help turn and steering. We have 0 degree spindles on it. So in order to get more steering, we're pretty much maxed out on the right rear. The way I see it, the way we use the tune is the left rear is for coming out of the track, right rear is for entry. So in order for me to get to enter really good, I have maxed out. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead change these from green to red, kind of help free it up a little bit. Depending on what track condition is, we might take some of the rear steer out, but for the most part, car is on point. Car is no longer falling down, it's staying up. And like I said, you can see it transferring weight to the rear, so everything is good there. So the sprint car was too hooked up in the turns, so we're gonna change over to greens, and then we're gonna go back out there and make some more laps. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get to video it because Kevin's over there and I didn't bring a GoPro. It was stuck in my head. So if anything, we might try to go find an electronics store somewhere later this week so I can stick a camera on my head and we'll go from there. All right, guys. So that pretty much wraps it up for day one at the RC Chili Bowl for 2025. Now, I mentioned earlier that I was having some radio adjustments deal. On my late model, I also what I ended up doing is slowing down the dual rate on the steering. I do have the speeds turned down. You can individually set the one side to the other side speed, but I ended up adjusting the dual rate, which adjusts both at the same time. That's not something that I always mess with, but in this case, whenever I was driving the late model down the front straight or the back straight, and I try to give it a little bit of steering to kind of help correct it, it was just real darty. Another thing is after I changed out the camber links, the kick-ups, and when I readjusted the camber links and the steering links, I went ahead and added about a degree of toe out, so the wheels are away from each other a little bit. So when you're going down straight, it helps kind of track it, keep it nice and stable. The straighter the wheel is, the darty it can be. So it's just little small things that to try to help keep the car balanced. Sprint car, the final time I went out there, I made a mistake. I glued up another set of tires. The rear tires were fine. The front tires, I did not glue the inside of them. So when they came off the track, the tires were off the rim. So initially it was just causing like a front brake and it was just pushing. So also it was a little frustrating right towards the end. He watered the track with like 3 more sessions to go with the invitational guys. I kind of understand he might have did it to help the invitational guys because they kind of sat it out until it was their time. but at the same time, he kind of ruined it for the rest of us, just trying to get some, trying to scuff tires in or trying to get some lap times. I understand, there's a lot of things going on. I think this is his first time doing the invitational deal, so, he might have been off a little bit. He's a very busy person, but that kind of didn't help out the situation, because I know they didn't just mist it, they watered it, so it was really, really slippery. But other than that, we've had it was a long day. Did have some issues, but I think all the adjustments that we've made helped it out. I do want to say thank you to everybody who's come up today. Just today, we had quite a bit of people come say hi and acknowledge they watched the videos and they like it. Shout out to Stevie who came out and talked to us for a minute. It was really good to know him. It's really interesting how this RC stuff gets you to bring people in together and get to know all kinds of people. And, I want to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed, who's been following the videos and stuff like that. I'm going to try my best to try to give you my version of the adjustments that I make. Like I talked to Stevie earlier, I don't want to mislead anybody, but all I can do is tell you what I made and why. So I'll try to do a little bit better. We'll do a little bit better video tomorrow because we'll be in actual setups, race this is when Kevin race, so we'll have opportunities to video each other and go from there. But that's it for today. I appreciate it. Tomorrow's another long day. There's a lot of racing going on, so we'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.